They'll give you a little £50 or whatever. Then I just started to go to Crunch. And at one point in my life, like up until like 17, 18, I was just on drug cases. Case that I was on, that I was looking at 18 years. And it kind of like, that case alone just made me realise that no one actually has your back.
Yeah.
My brother, his pain is a bit more different from mine's because he's a man. And like the things that he's gone through, like I remember one time I came home from school in America and my uncle had him in our room. He was just black and blue because he beat him up so bad, blood up his nose and stuff.
How did you rebuild yourself from Badderz UK?
For Raging Doll to turn around and talk about how, she has more followers than all of us and who are we? Bitch, who are you? Because as far as I know, you're just a scammer from Twitter that people are looking for. There's people in Afghanistan looking for you. You scam people for their money for apartments and leave them stranded. So when you want to talk about influencing, the only thing that you're influencing is stealing and scamming.
This week on Glo Talks, we sit with Diamond Banks, aka Valentina Diamond. No blueprint, no protection, no softness. She grew up with silence where guidance should have been. Betrayal where love should have lived. Still, she built herself piece by piece into a student entrepreneur and a woman of God. Now her voice echoes for every girl who had to raise herself, heal alone, and forgive without an apology. This isn't just an episode, it's a reckoning, a reset, a reminder that you can become everything you needed and more. Hello, Valentina. Welcome to Glo Talks.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Finally got you on here.
Yeah.
How's your journey here today?
It was good. It was quite long, but it was calm.
Yeah. Usually I actually play games, yeah, but today I thought, let's not play no games today. Let's dive straight into it.
Right to the point.
Yeah, let's get straight into this one today. Yeah, no mind games, no challenges, no nothing. Yeah. Tell me a bit about yourself. Like, where'd you come from?
So I'm from South London. I'm a student.
Yeah.
And I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I have a hair and beauty business.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment.
What was it like for you, like growing up in South London?
It was a bit rough. Like with certain things that I faced, like regarding like losing friends to like being murdered and stuff.
Yeah.
School was fine.
Yeah.
I got kicked out eventually.
Yeah.
But school was okay. And then I went to college, but I had to take a gap year, so I didn't finish. Then I ended up going back. But now, God's grace, I'm in uni.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like for you, like growing up in South London? How did you find primary school?
It was cool. Like, well, obviously from where I've come from, being there, like I had to adjust to making friends and stuff. They used to make fun of my accent because I had an American accent at one point.
Okay.
But I made a couple of friends, but at the same time, I just done my own thing. I more just was like with my twin brother, but he was a social bubble where I was a bit,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite calm, and I ended up getting kicked out. And yeah.
So you are a twin?
Yeah.
Boy and a girl?
Yeah.
What's that like for you being a twin? Are you
rough,
on your
man?
rough?
That little ruffin.
Yeah.
We're not the same. We both have different personalities.
Yeah.
The things that I don't like, he likes.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
We used to be like very close, but like things that's happened like streetwise, and you know how men are.
Yeah.
It's kind of distance from each other. But I felt like I'd done that to like mentally protect myself because of things he was going through.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How old are you, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 28.
You're 28?
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that you had the American accent, so you came from America to Southeast London, essentially. So what was it like growing up in America?
It was nice. Like the people are very much different. I still have like my friendships there with like my friends from school and stuff.
Yeah.
The aura, the energy, the people. Even like down to like the houses, the traveling and stuff, it's just so much different.
Yeah.
It's not what people make it out to be on social media.
Yeah.
Because they see so much bad things happening. But it was quite calm. There's just a big difference between the UK and the US.
Yeah, I could imagine. And
Yeah.
I guess if you're actually living there and growing up in America, it's not going to be as bad as someone like from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And how old was you when you came to London?
I came to London when I was about 12, but I was like back and forth at one stage.
Yeah.
So I finally settled here with my mum. And coming here, it was just like, at first it was cool, but then I never knew that coming from the US to here, I would see so much like crime and murders and stabbings and stuff. Like it was very scary because like where we come from in America, like there's shootings and things like that, but stabbings is very like it's very weird.
What made you guys move to London? Like, why London?
Because my mother, she moved down here, and this was like, when I moved here, this was originally for me to live with my mum. And at that time, I didn't live with her, as I came from like living with my grandmother because she wasn't around at one stage. Yeah. So when we came to London, it was like for a change and for us to like to meet her and grow up with her and stuff. But that didn't really go too well. Yeah.
You say you came here with your mum, and you and your mum has permanently moved to London now. Can I ask, like, where was your dad in all of this?
Nowhere to be seen, MIA.
Yeah.
I've met the man like one time.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old was you when you met him?
I would say like young. Like I literally had a glimpse of him.
Yeah.
I did try to like reunite with him like a couple of years ago, but he just don't want nothing to do with us. So I've just left it.
Do you think your dad not being in your life has played a role or had an effect on your upbringing?
Yeah, definitely. Not even mostly me, but mostly my twin brother.
Yeah.
As they say, like every male needs a father figure in their life, and my twin brother didn't exactly have that. So with his father not being present, it wasn't nice.
Yeah, I could imagine. So let's fast forward a bit. You've moved to London with your mum, age 12. What was life for you like when you landed? Like, what was going through your head?
You see, where I was in America, like when we used to watch things about England and stuff, like it was just the tea and biscuits and the horses. So that's like basically what we had in mind. Yeah. And then I just feel like the UK is very much more left back with certain things. Like they're not up to date.
Compared to America?
Yeah. Yeah. So then going to school and wearing the school uniforms, I'm not used to that. I'm used to like wearing clothes and go to school and whatever we want to wear.
Really?
Yeah.
Where you could just wear whatever you want?
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's better that way.
Do you think it's better that kids go to school and wear their own clothes? Because some kids could actually get bullied for like not being trendy enough or having the right things.
To be fairly honest, like, okay, from my experience, I used to be in that position when I was in middle school and elementary in America, where some people would make fun of me because of how I dressed. Yeah. But at the same time, I didn't, because I was so young, like I didn't care. Like, some of us just don't have that caring mentality. Like, okay, cool, like, do you get what I mean? Everyone has their own style. Everyone has different ways of how they represent themselves. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm wearing the clothes that's been given to me. I'm young.
Yeah, of course.
I don't have no money to go shopping.
Yeah, 100%.
So, at that time, I went through that stage, but then going into middle school and stuff, I was quite fine because I could put myself together. I could get my own little clothes and wear my own little accessories. As I said, when it comes to like the American side, the way how we are, like we didn't need to go to school and like designer. We didn't need to impress nobody. Like everyone just showed who they wanted to be. Yeah. Where with like the UK, for me, the whole uniform stuff is like you're putting everyone in a structure. Yeah. And the only thing that I just didn't agree on is like, I don't like the whole Like the young girls nowadays, their skirts are really
Yeah.
short.
In the school
And
uniform,
I
man.
hate it. Like,
Yeah.
so when I was in school, I was more like on the tomboy side.
Mm-hmm.
I used to wear my kickers. I mashed them up every minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the uniform stuff. I like being able to express myself.
Yeah. So then, obviously, coming to England, you went to secondary school. What school did you go?
Crofton.
Crofton in Brockley.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What was that like for you?
It was cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't really bad. Like, it was just weird. Like the people.
It's a
like,
mixed school, innit?
yeah,
Yeah.
I went to the mixed one because remember they have the girls one. They have the girls one and they have the mixed one. So when I went, it wasn't Crofton. It was Prendergast.
Oh, Prendergast. Oh, you went Prendergast. Is
So
Prendergast called Crofton now?
yeah. So when I was in Crofton, it was another name at one point.
Yeah, because you got Crofton, which is
Yeah.
in Brockley,
Yeah.
and then you got Prendergast, which is on the hill, like on the way to Lewisham. Yeah, on the way to Lewisham.
Yeah, so when I was in Crofton, at that time, it wasn't called Crofton. Crofton is more like later on,
Okay.
like before.
Yeah.
But it was a different name, but I just call it Crofton. It's like everyone's been there.
What was that school like for you? Obviously, it was a mix. You had boys there as well. Obviously, you had an American background. Did you still have an accent?
Yeah, I had an American accent at the time, but I hated having the accent.
Yeah.
Because like people used to mimic me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It really pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like, I would say when it's like, oh, no. It's like, bro.
You don't really sound like you got an accent now, though. So
No.
yeah.
My accent went, but like with some of my other siblings, they still have the accent or
little twangs and
tweaks of it and
Yeah.
stuff. But because I'm used to being in a mixed school, there wasn't really like a major difference.
Yeah.
But over here, it's just like they're very judgmental.
Yeah.
They're just weird.
Yeah.
I just couldn't adjust to them too tough.
How did you find your GCSEs?
So at one point, because I got kicked out,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to finish my GCSEs in school, so they sent me to Abbey Manor.
Oh shit, you went Abbey Manor.
Yeah.
You're the local bad girl, isn't it?
I was with the little tugs then. I went to Abbey Manor, and then I finished half of them there, and then they sent me to a different school, and then I finished it there.
Yeah.
So from there, like I didn't do much with myself after school because of like things that I was going through mentally, and at one point I was in and out of different foster cares because my mum went to do prison time. So it was just hard like to do everything, and I kept switching schools and stuff.
Yeah.
So in the end, I just did it.
Your mum went prison in this country?
Yeah.
Oh, so done. Then she would a little bird, yeah?
You see my mum? Yeah. She's been to prison like 47 times.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, but she's changed her life around now. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, that's good. So it must have been hard for you, like, witnessing your only carer going in and out of prison and in and out of your life, essentially.
Definitely, like, it played a toll on me at one point.
Yeah.
Because it's like, wow, like, we've just gotten you into our life.
Yeah.
And now you're gone again.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nothing like, it was something I was already used to. So it's like, okay, cool, we just get on with it.
Yeah.
But the whole, like, just being, like, not being able to be on stable ground, just always having to move around and stuff, it wasn't really nice.
Are you the oldest out of your siblings?
No, the eldest is 30.
Okay, then. That's good. At least you didn't feel like you had the pressure to look after everyone. Or did you?
No, because with me and my siblings, we were all, like, separated. We haven't, like...
Grew up in one family household.
In one family house. At one point, we did when we was younger then. We started to be separated.
Yeah.
So, when I came to the UK, it was just, like, me and my twin brother.
Yeah.
So, then we became separated.
Yeah.
So, that's why, like, our bond was not like how it used to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I'm with you. You said earlier that when you left school, you didn't really continue on education. So what did you actually end up doing?
When I left school, I was just... At one point, I just started to do hair. From young, I've been doing hair because in my family, like, it's just fashion, beauty, music.
Yeah.
And most of my aunties and stuff, like, they're big hairdressers back home in America.
Yeah.
My cousins are rappers and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's like I just stayed in the trend of like doing hair and beauty. Like that's literally all I know.
Yeah.
At one point I adored fashion, but I just became over it. So when I left school, I was just a roughing. Like, I was trapping, going to conch and doing hair on the side, and I used to be like a rave promoter, so I was in every rave. I don't know how I reached to the uni bar crawls, but I was there. And I wasn't in uni, but I was there.
Yeah.
So I was just doing everything, and then it just got to a point where I calmed down.
It's interesting that you said you went conch. Like, how old was you when you went conch?
I started at like 13.
And what essentially got you in that predicament? Was it just a case of you had to defend for yourself?
Yeah, like, because being in the foster care system, they fail to tell you, like, some of these families that take you on, like, some of them want you because they actually want a child, where some of them want you for financially, they want money. So most of the foster homes that I've been in, it's like they just wanted me for financial gain. So the love and all of that I was supposed to get,
the support you needed, a kid wasn't there.
I didn't get it. So at one point, I didn't have anything. And it was hard to like get a job. I was still young. So it's like I just started to follow in my brother's footsteps because he started to go to jail. So it's like I'm literally left by myself to fend for myself. Then I just got introduced to like it started from like bagging up. And they'll give you a little £50 or whatever. Then I just started to go to conch. And at one point in my life, like up until like 17, 18, I was just on drug cases. I was like, I can't live like this no
So you caught some cases yourself?
Yeah.
Did you go to prison for it?
No, I was just put on tag most of the time, and I had to go to yacht. And then that was literally it. But there was one case that I was on that I was looking at 18 years. And it kind of like, that case alone just made me realise that no one actually has your back. Because the way how the case came out, it's like there was 24 of us on one case. And then they tried to pin me as the ringleader. So it's like, even as a man, like, you'd put me in that position. And I was so young as well. So after that case, I was like, I'm done. And I just stopped going. But one thing I can say from that situation, I could have like taken the money and spend it on like dumb stuff and hair and wigs and that, but I didn't. I was someone that, because I grew myself, like I knew priorities. So I was just always saving my money, and then that's how I started to like buy bundles and started doing wigs and more stuff for myself.
Makes sense. At the age of 13, when you started selling drugs, would you say that it was a means to an end at the time, or would you say you got groomed into it?
To a certain extent, I can't say I was groomed into it. I can say that the pressure of not having nothing and not having the right support system around me to lead me into doing better things for myself, I just followed a bad crowd. So it became to a point where I was always fighting and selling drugs and running away from foster homes. And I feel like it was more out of like anger, because I was a very angry little girl at one stage.
No, I definitely understand. And it's that type of environment that we grow up in that has us in these situations, you know. The reason why I asked that, because there's a big argument whether drug dealers are being recruited, groomed, or willingly. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the law states that anyone under the age of 18 selling drugs doesn't have a say at all. Even if you want to sell drugs, you don't even have a option to say it. But what the system doesn't take in consideration is that, for example, like you said yourself, you grew up in a foster care home that was for financial gain. So you wasn't getting the treatment that you needed as a kid. So automatically you're gonna grow up in these types of environment that probably supporting you more and giving you more love than you are getting at home. So then it begs the question, like, is this a means to an end, or are you being groomed? Do you know what I mean? And it's a complicated conversation, but I'm sure you've read about my stuff and all of that and whatnot. That's why I just asked you, because I wanted to know your mindset on it.
Well, to be honest with you, when it comes to, like, as I said before, for me to say that I was groomed, I would be lying. But to say that when I started selling drugs and stuff, the elder people that I did go to,
Yeah.
they could have directed me to go in a better position.
Yeah.
But because of my vulnerable state,
Yeah.
they took me on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like with some of these men, like when we was trapping for them and stuff, like they would promise you like, yeah, you get £700 a week.
Yeah.
It's like when you're giving me my money, you're giving me like 2 bills. I'm like, I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
So like it just got to a point where I just started to rub them.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's like, as I said at a young age, when I was going through what I was going through, I was following everyone else. I was following a bad crowd. But I was in a very sticky position being in and out of foster cares and stuff. And I only had to fend for myself. So at that time, because it was easy money, I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll just do it.
And that's where it is. A lot of us grow up where we do have to fend for ourselves. Like, even though we may have, some people got parents, they still got to fend for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because some parents don't even know what's better. You know what I mean? And it's a cycle that if you don't get taught better, you're going to keep doing the same things, and it's going to pass on to your kids. And then that's how you get generations of like families who are disrupt, like not together. Like, do you get what I mean? But without anyone teaching you about things like hygiene, self-worth, or even basic womanhood, what did you learn about survival during those years?
I learned a lot. Like, as I said, I come from a background of like darkness.
Yeah.
I come from abuse.
Yeah.
I come from like torment. I didn't know anything about love. I didn't know anything about like taking care of myself and hygiene stuff. Like, I had to get to a point where I had to teach myself that, and that was in my teenage years.
Yeah.
That I'd done that. So that's why it's like now the mentality that I have is like, no one can't tell me nothing, because when you were supposed to be there, you wasn't.
there,
now everyone's trying to have a fit into what they can say to Valentina.
Yeah.
You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's already been done.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like survival and stuff, like people don't understand, like with the background that I came from, like there's times where I went and I didn't eat, like, or my neighbor, when I started to live in hostels, like we would share our food with each other. Like there's so much things that was being done. One thing I didn't do was sell myself, so I'm all right. So it's a lot to take in, and also at the same time, the mental abuse that comes with that, like it's scary, because there's certain things that you will drive yourself to do that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but I made it through. Like, I'm at an age where I know about saving, I know about like doing better for myself. I know my wrongs from my rights now. So anything that I do that's I'm not supposed to do, it's my fault. But I'm one of them people that like, I was never greedy for money. Like what I ever needed money for is for the right things in life, not for like materialistic stuff and rubbish. So
So I'm guessing love for you, like growing up, it wasn't something that you knew well. Like it weren't like you're coming home from school and, oh, come here, Valentino, I love you, and kisses on the forehead and getting tucked into bed. Like, would you agree that wasn't the life you had growing up?
No. I remember there was times where I didn't even want to go home because I was scared.
Yeah.
Like, my uncle used to be on us for no reason.
Yeah.
So it was like, just, we would be beaten in our sleep for no reason. And the thing is with my uncle, he wouldn't do it to his own children, but he would do it to my mother's children because she wasn't around, because of what she was going through.
Yeah.
Because my mom was also a drug addict at one point, but she's been 15 years clean. So
well done to her.
But yeah, like, because of the fact that she wasn't around, like my mom's kids was just taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a nice environment, like not wanting to go home, and like when we was at school, even when social services are supposed to protect you, they're not protecting you. So when we're going to school with bruises and stuff, and we're telling them like, wow, like we're being beaten on, but we're asking them not to say anything. I remember there was a situation where I've gone home and the whole of social services is sitting in my grandma's living room.
Yeah.
My uncle's there. The man that I'm telling you that is beating on us.
Yeah.
You have him sitting there, and you want me to say what he's done to me in front of his face.
That's crazy.
To end up leaving me there anyways.
Yeah.
So I just couldn't trust no one. Like, it's like, what the hell? So why am I talking to you for? Like, social services, they didn't help at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it wasn't a nice environment to live in. So that's why when it coming to the UK, I thought like, rah, things will change.
Things are gonna get better.
It's got 10 times worse.
Yeah. So all of that happened in America.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most of like my abuse and stuff, the abuse comes from my family.
Yeah.
So coming here, I still face like some abusive stuff like from my other uncle on my mum's side, but it's mad because where he put us through abuse, he also did the same thing to her.
Yeah.
So it's just that vicious cycle, like when is this gonna end?
100.
But then as you get older, like you can't put your hand on me no more. And I got through a phase in life where I just had to show them like I'm a big woman now.
Yeah.
You can't try that now. Like I'll
100.
actually hurt you.
Yeah, I actually tuck back.
Yeah, I will hit you back. So calm down.
Yeah.
So and obviously with my brother, his pain is a bit more different from mine's because he's a man. And like the things that he's gone through, like I remember one time I came home from school in America and my uncle had him in our room. He was just black and blue because he beat him up so bad, blood up his nose and stuff, and he was young. And
it's sad and it's scary. Like I don't know why a lot of like black and minority families think that it's okay to physically abuse their children. I mean, I get it if a child's acting bad or naughty, whatever, you tell them off, you know, you give them a slap on the wrist or whatever's considered a harmless way of disciplining a child. But to go above and beyond like black and blue, blood, tears, weapons, all types of things, like that's just over the top.
It's weird, and at the same time, as I said, like I felt like he done okay, cool, to say that we was doing bad stuff to why we was being beaten on, we were being ill because we were children, we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like we're the ones that don't have parents. Like we're living in a house, there was so much of us in one household.
Yeah.
So the man just literally started to beat on us for no reason. And then it's only like a year ago, I confronted him about it and he was like to me,
your ill treatment towards me was to try to get me on track. I'm 26 years old and suffering because of what the fuck you put me through, Tony. Are you fucking okay? Because of what you put me through. My ill treatment. How you treated me as a child, as a girl picking. That was to shape me as a woman. You fucked me up mentally. You want to talk about the way how you had to treat me was to toughen me up. Do you know what you've done to me? Do you know how I suffer mentally every fucking day? Are you fucking alright? Tony, don't say things like that to me on the phone. Don't do that. Let's not do that. You don't want to sit and talk about receipts and payments. Tony, you used to beat us for no fucking reason. Veronica there throwing me down fucking stairs. You're slapping us with belts in the shower, licking me while I'm on the floor sleeping. What, you don't remember? You don't remember all those things? You don't. Who told me all of that?
He said something mad to me. It's something I put on social media anyways, and it went viral. And he just said something to me, it triggered me, but I was able to like stand my ground and argue back with him. Like I was like, "You're a piece of shit. Like you didn't beat on your children. You took out your anger on someone else's children, and you have no reason as into why." He made a statement and said that it grew me into the woman that I am now.
Wow.
It's like, how did that didn't shape me no way or form. That made me very angry.
Yeah.
You put me in a position where like now I walk with a guard up. I'm scared of people. Like I'm always ready to fight back. As a woman, I shouldn't have to walk like that. And as I said, most of my abuse didn't come from a woman. It came from a man. And then the women that were involved, like
to support you
didn't do anything about it. So it's just weird, but
it's crazy, like inflicting. Because I'm guessing, obviously, I don't know your uncle, but I'm guessing he definitely had unsolved problems that happened in his life that he obviously didn't look into it and thought it was okay to take it out on other people's children. Do you know what I mean? Which is not right. I don't condone any sort of like child beating or anything like that. I don't have any kids, but when I do, I'm not gonna be.
I'm not putting my hands
That
on
don't
it.
make no sense.
It
Like, it doesn't make no sense. I
And
get.
it's not even like it's my uncle from like my mum's side. It's my auntie's husband. So it's like, who are you? Why do you feel like you can put your hand on me?
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's like your own children never had to experience that. It's the outsiders. Like, why? So it was just weird to me. But
so coming to England, you hope that that life was left behind, and you hope that you was coming here for a better life. What did you experience when you came to England then?
When I came here, as I said,
I heard that American accent. It's like here. Yeah, I heard that on the store when you said here.
When I came here, I went through abuse in the beginning, at the hands of my uncle, but his abuse, like, it's more so of it's little things, like he'll box us in our face. I remember he blooded up my brother's nose when we came in from school, and these are things that was being done while my mum was in jail. So it was like, bro, like, and at that point that was like my favorite uncle, because he used to come from the UK to America to visit our grandma, and we would be so happy for him to come, because it's like when he was around, no one could touch us.
Yeah, of course.
So to come here and he done that to us, it was like, oh right, okay. But then, as I said, like, he put my mum through abuse when they were young.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, cool.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, so we went through that. Then obviously my mum had to do time. And it's like, raw, like, when my mum went through what she went through, she still wasn't able to be the mother
be
that
a mum
I
and
needed.
support you, yeah.
So it's like, I'm being the mother to her.
How old was you when your mum first went jail?
Young.
Yeah.
Before I was even born.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so she had a history of being in and out of jail. But as I said, like, I'm very proud of my mum, because with what my mum has been through some dark things. I don't even know how the woman's still alive.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so proud of her, because like, she still pushes, like, she still keeps going, and she's done better for herself now.
Yeah.
But that's why I'll never like be angry at her with what we've been through, because someone else put her through trauma. So it's that generational. It's a bit mad, but yeah.
So as a child, like, what did you turn to as comfort when everything was so chaotic?
Nothing. Like, I wasn't I feel like throughout my childhood, I wasn't in an environment where I could open up and be honest.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, I started to turn to the streets. So that was the whole selling drug stuff and fighting every minute and chilling with this gang member, chilling with that person. Like, I was just anywhere where I felt like I could be safe with you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where you can just see that everybody's for themselves.
Yeah.
So I just started to just keep to myself, kind of thing.
100. So that must have had a huge impact on your education as well.
Yeah.
You couldn't go to school and read no book and this and that and focus, because your mind is elsewhere thinking about other things.
Yeah, like, around those times when it came to going to school, like, there was most of the time, like, I went to school angry. Like, there was even times where I went to school and I would beat up my brother at school.
Yeah.
Because of what we're going through at home.
Yeah.
So there was no time to sit down and be focused. And obviously, because I have ADHD and dyslexia, it's not easy. So even when it came to that, the support for that in school, it wasn't there. So I just felt like very uncomfortable in class, and I would always like go and sit on the staircase, always get in trouble. But
have you ever had a job in your life?
Yeah.
After school?
Yeah.
What did you do?
So when I left school, like, it got to a certain point where I started to work in hairdressers.
Okay.
And then I just thought that the money for that is like, because we're having to rent a chair.
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
How much are they charging you?
So at one point, when I first started to do it with one Jamaican woman, she was charging us $150
a day.
Week.
Oh, a week.
Yeah.
To rent the chair.
Yeah.
Is that a lot?
To me at the time, because I was so young, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have clientele like that.
Yeah, of course.
And then I started to work with one African woman in Woolwich.
Yeah.
And she was like, she didn't mind because she knew my situation. So she's like, if you make a £50, give me a 25.
Yeah.
Like, she was just trying to help me.
Yeah.
But then I can't work. My problem was is that I couldn't work with women, especially like, no disrespect, with some African women.
Yeah.
They're very like entitled.
Yeah.
So there was an incident that took place in the shop where I'm doing a wig, and the woman's like to me, go to the shop and get her a drink. And I said to her, I don't know who you're talking to, but it's not me.
Yeah.
She was like to me that I don't have no manners.
Yeah.
I said, it's not about manners. If you're asking me to do something, you have manners, you get. I'm not your child. So I just left the shop because I didn't like how I was being spoken to and stuff. So then after that, like I just started working in hotels and stuff, but I was still doing hair. Because as I said, my dream is to do hair and beauty. But like having a 9 to 5, just knowing that income is coming in at the end of the month was good enough for me.
Yeah,
so,
security.
Yeah.
And obviously you must have felt more freedom when you was going to work and earning your own money, you know, being able to depend on yourself a lot more than being in a poor situation and trying to depend on others who are not helping you.
Yeah, like, because my thing was, okay, cool, because even in my teenage years, like, they had that thing, when I was 18 or younger, that JSA.
Yeah.
So I remember at one point they put me on that. I was like, this is not enough for me, like, so I was always on the hustle. In my teens, I was always working, always making sure everything meets.
Yeah, you're a hustler.
Like, I didn't want to go without, especially over things that are needed. As I said, I'm not a materialistic person, so those things didn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So even when I first moved into my flat, because I saved and stuff, I was able to get my little furniture and make my house a home kind of thing. But it just wasn't enough for me. So I just started to work and do my 9 to 5 stuff. But like certain things, it was still difficult because of like suffering with like ADHD and dyslexia, and then like I suffered really bad with like depression and anxiety and things like that. I didn't like going outside, so it became really hard. But then I started to do therapy and stuff. Yeah. So it kind of lifted up and helped me.
How old was you when you got diagnosed with dyslexia?
From when I was young, in my teens.
Yeah.
And then I got diagnosed with ADHD from when I was like 7.
Yeah.
Like a very young age. Yeah. They put those things on me. But as I said, like, I'm a child of God, so I try not to put those things on me, but I have to live with facts because those are things that I do suffer with.
Yeah. And how do you think that those things that you suffer with affects you personally?
It made me like quite like insecure.
Yeah.
In the sense of it, I felt like I was slow, like I wasn't deep in certain things in school, like certain things like I couldn't spell. I'm good with writing, like everyone loves my writing.
Your handwriting.
When it came to reading stuff, it's like, okay. And then like, I'm someone that I get very frustrated quickly. Yeah. So like, that's when like my ADHD and that would come into place. Yeah. And then when I was young, for a certain point in my life, before my teens, I was on medication for my ADHD. Okay. So.
Do you think it helped?
Not necessarily, because it made me feel like a zombie.
Oh, okay.
Like the medication that they give you for ADHD and stuff makes you feel like a zombie.
Okay.
And, like I didn't have an appetite. Yeah. Like I just felt slow to stuff. Like I was just, so when I got older, I just stopped taking those type of medications because I just feel like for you to say that I have ADHD, I just feel like this is my personality. I'm a very jumpy, happy person. Like, why would you want to give me medication to calm that down?
100%.
So yeah.
100%. When did you realise you weren't the problem and that it was what had happened to you, not who you are?
From in my teens, like I would say like when I started puberty. Yeah. And the reason why I was able to realise that is because of what my mother went through. Yeah. It was taken out of my mother's children. Yeah. So we were just looked at as the bad children. Yeah. But it's like, we haven't done you lot no wrong. Yeah. It's because we've now become you lot's responsibility because our mother's not around. We're the problem. Yeah. So that's why you lot was taking out your anger on us. So I just got to a point in life where I just started to distance myself.
Yeah, 100.
Because it's like, what the hell?
It's toxic.
Like, it's toxic. And it went as far as I started to live with my auntie, and my auntie really wanted to like live. She wanted a girl child because she has a big son. Yeah. But it's like, you had me. Yeah. And you started abusing me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like she threw me down the stairs at one point. Yeah. She just done very like evil stuff to me.
People are wicked, innit?
Yeah. So it's like, what more do you want? I just got over it.
Yeah. Have you ever like told your mum like all the things people has done to you when she was away?
Now the thing is that some people in this life, they have this thing where they will dismiss your emotions to protect their mental state.
Yeah.
And I feel like with my mum is a fighter.
Yeah.
So she's one of the people she will murder for her children. So it's like certain things she would be in denial about to protect her mental state.
Yeah.
And I understood that because I know the type of mum that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came to like saying certain things to her,
Yeah.
she just brushed it off. She was like, okay. And then certain things she just didn't want to believe.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, she's never heard this before.
Yeah.
But it's like, you never asked.
Yeah, of course.
So it was just...
And she wasn't even around to know as well.
To know. So I just stopped saying things to her because it's like, there's no point. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to help. But I just cut off my family.
From a young girl coming from America to London, going through what you've gone through, when did your name, like Valentina Diamond, like, because your name is like, it's a unique name, but it's also a well-recognized name within social media and things like that. What step did you take from your private life to actually becoming Valentina Diamond?
So when I started to do rave promoting,
Okay.
my brethren's known me to be very funny.
Yeah.
Like, I have a very funny personality, always making people laugh and stuff.
Yeah.
So when I was doing the rave promoting stuff on Twitter, when it was before X, I became known throughout like the raving scene.
Okay.
As being a promoter.
Okay. What kind of dance, like bashment and that?
Yeah, bashment, Afro beats and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a bashment babe.
Yeah.
If you put on Afro beats, I'm gonna go sit down.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I came from that background, but also like my friends would take funny videos of me.
Yeah.
So they just started to put online, then it just started to go viral and stuff. Then yeah.
And then that was it. You built your online presence.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Is your background, obviously you're American, but are you Caribbean American?
Yeah, so my background is Caribbean and Jamaican because my background is Dominican and Jamaican.
Yeah.
My dad's Dominican.
Yeah.
My mum's side is Jamaican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you're doing these raves, obviously you must have started young. Did you find that as a means of escape at the time as well?
Yeah, so when I was like doing the raving stuff, as I said, that was new to me. We didn't do that in America. So going to all of these dances and these...
They weren't raves in America?
Not like how they do down here.
How did it
like
how did it down
all
there?
this bar crawl stuff, and like they were doing parties in Birmingham and Leicester and Southampton. I was like, get up and travel to go party 2-3 days and
it's crazy.
Yeah, so but it was fun though.
I would have thought America was more turn up. You know what I'm saying?
But remember, I was still young.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so obviously when I'm getting older, I've come here. That's when I started the party and stuff. But it's really fun. I had a whale of a time.
So when you built your online presence, Valentina Diamond, like, did you, obviously you weren't aware, but did you realize one day that you're gonna become well known on social media for your videos?
No, because that's the thing. Like, I didn't take it to heart.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just someone that I like to express myself.
Yeah.
So when I was putting things on social media, I was just putting it on like, it was just funny.
Yeah.
Bare people would laugh and stuff.
Yeah.
The plane just crash with the core. And I put it in my nose. Sell it.
So it's not something that I said, yeah, I'm gonna try and make a nickel and a dime out of this. I just put it on there and I just kept it moving.
It's different now how the times have changed, because obviously social media, a lot of people do make income from it. But a lot of originals like yourself that started before it was like monetization and people making money, like it's good to see the change as well. But have you seen a change in social media and how people actually use it?
Definitely. I feel like right now a lot of people are taking on social media like it's a 9 to 5. So they're actually doing anything for £1.
Yeah.
And that's not my style. Like, I've been on social media for years,
Yeah.
and like I've had mental breakdowns on there. I've got dark on there, but like I didn't do it for a penny or a pound. I done it because like at one point that's how I expressed my feelings. That's how I expressed myself, and I was one of them people that I felt like I need you lot's opinion on something. Some people will actually make you feel like you're mad.
Yeah.
So I'd put certain story times on there or spread awareness with certain things that I've been through with certain people. But yeah, social media nowadays is not the same like how it used to be. Everyone's very judgmental now. Like it's a very dark place.
Yeah.
So now, like I try and take a step back from that. I'll post and go. I don't really sit down and scroll through it again because it plays with me mentally. Like so much people are dying, and so it's a lot of stuff.
It makes the world look crazy, innit?
Yeah.
You go online, like your algorithm's just filled up with like negativity sometimes.
Yeah.
Something bad happening in every corner of the world.
It's scary, like.
Yeah. You've spoken about child loss and being abandoned by people closest to you. How did that shift your view of friendship and family?
It just made me not want to be around anyone. When I was going through like my situations with my pregnancies and stuff, I just felt like I was just left. I was just put to the side. Like I didn't have no one to support me, like through my child loss and things that I went through. Like no one didn't care.
Yeah.
So I just had to go through that burden by myself, and the depression that came with it, the anxiety, the pain that I had to go through. It just wasn't a nice feeling, but I just kept it moving because there's only so much I can do.
Yeah.
It made me very suicidal at one point,
Yeah.
but I was able to like push myself through it because like I don't want to die.
Yeah.
So that feeling that I had is like where's this coming from? So I just locked myself away. So it's like now I just keep to myself, and I'm very careful of like who I allow around me.
Yeah.
And I just stay away from men.
Yeah.
Like, obviously now I'm in a relationship where I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I just don't need to be around anyone.
Yeah. Can I ask, how do you go through day to day knowing that you've lost your child?
It took a lot to get to the point that I'm at now.
Yeah.
I was on medications and stuff. I was very depressed. As I said, I was suicidal.
Yeah.
I just locked myself away.
Yeah.
But as I said, I got to a place in my life where I actually wanted to live. It played with me mentally, like even to hear the sound of a baby cry or anything.
Okay.
It's like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't want to be around children or anything.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not that I hated them.
Yeah.
But it would make me very emotional.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be very jealous.
Yeah.
Like, but not in a bad way, but it's like, wish that was me kind of thing.
That could have been me kind of, yeah.
But I just feel like everything happens for a reason because of, like, I was young.
Yeah.
And the situations that I was in, I wasn't fit to take care of a child.
How old was you?
When I had my first loss of my child, I was in my teens. And then I had an abortion because of what I went through. I was on social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I had 2 miscarriages. So it was just a big no-no for me. But when it comes to like things like that, I don't see myself as like barren or anything.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that throughout my pregnancies, it taught me a lot about my health. As I said, I didn't grow up with like a woman being able to tell me about my body and periods and stuff.
Yeah.
Throughout my pregnancies, I learned about like things that with my health and my bloods and things like that, to why I keep miscarrying, like. But I also done damage to myself when like I had my abortions and things like that. But at the same time, I wasn't in a safe environment.
Yeah.
Like, and I was very vulnerable. I didn't have no one to like help me.
Yeah.
It was just that, oh, I don't want no child, like, and the threats and just not being safe.
Yeah.
So it's like, what am I supposed to do? But
You say you're in a happy relationship now with your boyfriend. How long you two been together?
we've only been together for a couple of months now.
Okay.
But I've known him. We went to school with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. And are you planning to have a family with him?
Maybe. No, I want. He's my last. Like, I'm happy with him. Like, we go through sometimes, but I do see myself like one day settling down with him and having a child.
Yeah.
We've had our conversations, and I made sure these conversations took place whilst we've been in a relationship, because I don't want to go through what I've been through before. I don't want no man coming to tell me, oh, go get rid of it, and leaving me out and threatening me and stuff. I don't deserve to go through that.
Yeah.
But like, he's never shown me like, raw, like, if it happens, go and do any of that. Like, he's been supportive.
Yeah.
And also, like, we've been like talking about celibacy and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to show him like how to get.
But
closer with
celibacy
God.
as in not being intimate.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he up for that, yeah?
Yeah, he has no choice. I'll beat him. But no, as I said, like with him, like it's different. I feel safe with him. There's a lot that he's getting to learn about me.
Yeah.
There's a lot that I'm still learning about him.
Yeah,
As I said, not every relationship is perfect.
Yeah.
We still go through our arguments and stuff like any normal couple. But I'm just happy that I'm with him and like he's trying to understand me. As I said, I've been through rape and sexual assault. I've been very honest with him about like children loss and like when I've had my abortions and stuff, for him to understand me. So he takes his time with me. Like, I show him that don't take me to heart kind of thing if I go into a mood and stuff. So we're still learning about each other.
100.
So I'm happy to be in a relationship where there is communication and also I'm able to like woosah and just be soft. I'm very masculine sometimes.
Yeah, because I was thinking like you've actually been through a lot in your life. Like, how does that, or if it does, how does that have an impact on your relationships? Surely there must be trust issues there. There must be, for your partner, ways of him always trying to maybe not step on eggshells, you know. Do you find that you are, or do you find that he is better in you as a woman in a relationship?
Definitely, like being with him for the last couple of months, like normally I used to be very erratic, always arguing on social media, fighting and stuff. And since I've been with him, I've been content.
Yeah.
I've been good.
Yeah.
I've been more like humble.
Yeah.
And obviously he understands like my journey of me trying to get closer with God and stuff. But as I said, like we've had our bickers, we've had our fights, we've had that I'm done with you. And I'm back with him by the next day.
Cool.
So we've gone through all of that. But as I said, like you have to be with someone that's willing to understand you.
Yeah.
Like I'm not with him for money, I'm not with him for materialistic stuff. I can give that to myself.
Yeah.
I've been giving that to myself. Anything a man gives me is just a bonus to me. So I'm not in a relationship with a man where I need to use him or I need his comfort. I'm actually genuinely with him because I actually do love him. And it's weird because of the fact that in the beginning, because he's like, I don't know how to explain it, but my biggest problem that I faced was like not having a father around and that abandonment issue. So I became very attached to like men from like the streets.
Yeah.
But I'm such like I'm a home girl. So when I'm with someone, I'm with them for time. Like I won't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that I faced in my past, because when it's time for me to let go, I wasn't doing that and it was putting me in problems. Hence why the miscarriages, the abortions and all this fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
So like being with him, I'm cool. Like I'm alright. I'm content. Like he's willing to, because we both go through the same thing, certain things that we go through. So like we're learning to like go to different places, because I'm very anxious, so I don't like going places.
Yeah.
So we're learning to like go out on dates to different places, like going to church, like just doing different things with each other. It's not just about sex and arguing. We don't get nowhere with that. Yeah. So we're just trying to do different for each other. It's not easy because he can really piss me off, but I love him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What does betrayal feel like for you when it comes from people who once held your secrets or shared your pain?
It just feels dark. Like, I've been through some things that for the last couple of years of my life, it's been darkness. Like, from being in the womb to the age that I'm at now, I've just been around some very dark people that's put me through very emotional things.
Roller coaster, yeah.
I am the way I am now because of what people have put me through. And it's not nice things. Like, I've been set up by my friends for no reason. Like, I've been hurt by people that I expected to be with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, things that I've been put through by men especially, it's like, what the fuck? So it broke me down at one point. Like I wasn't mentally myself.
Yeah.
Like it got to a point where I was like, yeah, I need to check myself in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
my mind's not, I can't take
Yeah.
on everything. But then I just said, you know what? Like I'm turning 28. From when I was 27, I said something needs to change. And that's when I said, yeah, I want to start getting closer with God and just trying to change like how I am as a person, because I had a lot of anger.
Yeah.
And it's like you're continuously having to heal.
Yeah. Did you ever feel like giving up on humanity completely? What stopped you?
My mum, and knowing that like I haven't got to experience life yet.
Yeah.
I don't want to die yet, by God's grace. No
Yeah.
time soon.
Yeah.
So just knowing that like what I'm going through is temporary is what allowed me to keep pushing forward and to live.
Yeah.
I had to tell myself that as I said, I lost a father to my child that I lost. He was murdered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So even like going through that, I remember like I just sat in my room for time.
Did this happen when you was pregnant or?
No, before.
Yeah.
So it was just, everything was just fucked up, and not having someone to turn to talk about it. I had to take like therapy classes and things like that.
Yeah.
But I just shut myself away. But I just kept saying to myself, I want to live. I don't feel like all these tragic stuff that's happened in my life, there's a reason. Like I can't control life, do you get it? So I just had to push myself forward, literally.
You're a strong woman, you know, and I can definitely hear like you've got a lot of love in you to give out, but there's a lot of blockages there. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of what you've been through, and that's okay, you know. Because I'm a bit closed in as well, like, and sometimes you gotta protect yourself and put yourself first, especially when you've been through the kind of life that you've been through. Like you survived sexual assault and rape. How have you navigated those experiences, and how have they shaped you to who you are today?
It's still a healing process.
Yeah.
It's something that I also have to go through with my partner.
Yeah.
I have my days of when I fall down and when everything comes to my head. I'll be like, babe, I feel like I'm in a mood and stuff.
Yeah.
But we put up strategies like we'll go for a walk in the park or something. Like it's all about light to me. I've been left in the dark for too long. So when I've gone through certain things, and like even when I've brought it to social media, it's like, oh, she's lying, or I've gotten that. But I've gotten that because of the fact that
What, so people say you're lying about being raped?
Yeah, so like even when like I've brought like evidence and receipts and stuff on social media, it's still not good enough. So it's like, what the fuck, like? But then I have to remember, because I'm on social media and I'm classified as an influencer, it's like anything I go through, it's like, oh, she's just doing it for a story time. It's like, bro, how can me say my story, that don't pay me? I don't need a check from that. This is something I've actually gone through.
Yeah.
So, just going through those type of stuff, I just got to a point where it's like, when I did put those things on social media, it was more for like awareness to other young women.
Yeah.
But it's like with our black community, they're very judgmental. Like you don't have that helping hand or someone that you can turn to when they can help, or that justice is not there. So you're put in a position where you have to get over it.
Yeah.
So I started doing therapy for it and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it started, like every time I sat there, I started to get angry. So it's like not even therapy could help me with that.
Yeah.
So I just started like praying on it and just trying to like leave it alone. Because like what more can you do? But it's just, people fail to understand with rape, it's like more of a thing where it's like, bro, at first you're like shocked because it's weird. Like someone has done something to you, you didn't even give them consent to do it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That feeling, like you start to feel insecure, you start to feel down about yourself, you start to lock yourself away. No one not talk about the depression and that it brings. So for a certain amount of time, like years, I don't want no one to touch me. And that's why I say it's even a battle in my relationship now. Like I tell him, don't put your hand on me. Like,
Yeah, 100.
and it's annoying because like that's my partner.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like he understands.
Yeah.
And I know that it's something that I need to work on.
Yeah.
I need to work on like putting my guard down a bit because I know he won't do me wrong. But it's just, I'm just afraid of men.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too. Like, I've never understood a man that physically puts I've never understood a man that can physically put his hands on a woman even when she's telling him no or pushing away or she doesn't want it, or there's no like build up, or there's no foreplay, or there's no consent. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I've never quite understood that, because just seeing a girl crying me physically is too much. Do you know what I'm saying? So how can you, anyway, do you know what I mean? People are just weird, but
I would say the thing is, with the type of person that I am, a lot of the males around me, they can see the type of girl that I am. Like, as I said, I classify myself as a ruffian. Like, I'm very, you get what I mean?
yeah.
So when my situations have happened to me, and I feel like this is what gets to me the most, it's happened to me at a very vulnerable time in my life. And that's when they were able to take the piss.
Yeah.
They never done it to me like while I'm sober.
Yeah.
They never done it to me when I'm in an okay position.
Yeah.
They done it to me like, as I said, when I was
Vulnerable.
sleeping, like vulnerable,
Yeah.
like, or if I'm drunk.
Yeah.
But they've apologized for it.
Yeah. That's mental.
It's like, why are you apologizing for something you said that you didn't do?
Yeah.
So it's just weird. But as I said, some men are just, when they know that they can't have something, a lot of men, they feel entitled to a woman's body. Like, you're not supposed, if she says no, it's no.
Yeah.
And allow her to say no.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, like, I must ask, like, what do you think is missing from the conversation about sexual trauma, and how can we better support survivors?
I would say take time to get to know the person that you're with. Also, understand that when a woman says no, it's no. Like, even if she's just playing around, it's that, oh, stop it. Right now, we're living in a generation where you can't take that risk. You have to understand a woman, and you also have to understand her body language. You have to understand her action, the way how she is as a person. A lot of you men will get yourself in trouble because we live in a society where everything is built around having sex and drinking and just doing so much things that you don't need to do. Learn to be around someone that they don't want sex from you. Learn to be around someone that when you have a conversation with them, sex is not involved. There's so much signs, and us as women, sometimes we need to not ignore the sign. But that's a different conversation.
And the thing is that sex is not like the be all and end all. Like, me personally, if I meet a girl, I don't want to get to this sex part.
Yeah.
I want to get to know her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I want to actually, like, the sex part is like the it's only fun once I'm actually connected with the person. If I'm not connected with the person, I'm not going to enjoy it.
I'm not gonna.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like sex shouldn't be like the, oh my God, I need to be, oh my God, that do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you bust your nut, bro, it's done.
Like, it's finished. Like,
now what?
and that's the thing, like, because even with me, like, when I say I'm one of them people that I go about sex for years, months, for time, it's not something that it's on my mind. It's not something that I need. First and foremost, I don't even like when people touch me. Don't even hug me. Let me hug you.
Yeah.
I'm one of them type of people. But as I said, in this day and age, especially in the UK, the main problem is that there is nothing to do. The UK is boring. They're closing down venues. They're closing down adult fun stuff. There's nothing here to do.
Yeah.
So all people do know is just sex. All they do know is just getting drunk. All they do know is fighting each other over nothing. There's nothing here. So it's like the mentality that a lot of these young people have, they follow certain things from social media. Jada Wade and Little Baby, they want relationship goals, they want Dior, they want this, they want that. The genuine love that our community needs to give, it's not given.
Yeah.
But the problem is that people mix sex and love.
Yeah.
And when you're with someone that genuinely loves you, they will show you that difference. So that's the only thing that's missing in our community. So, like, it's not everyday sex. You should be able to go out with your friends and go on dates,
100.
go on holiday, like build memories with each other. But as I said, we're not living in a day and age where it's like we can do that. Well, we can, but they choose not to. So everyone just vows to sex. So this is why they keep ending up in fucked up situations where there's a woman coming out that she's been raped or she's been sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Men can be raped as well.
Yeah.
Men can be sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
And there's different ways of sexual assault. Like, for example, with these yardie raves, these bashment raves, multiple women are sexually assaulted in raves.
Mm.
And that's just by you squeezing their breasts or you squeezing their arse. Or I see certain men that when they're dancing with gal, like, you're humping it, like, bro, calm down. Like, there's a lot of ways that a woman can be sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
Men can be sexually assaulted. You're grabbing up his front, like, bro, he didn't give you consent to do that.
I did not give you consent. I know, but you know, hey,
Like, calm down. So there's a lot of ways, and that's what men fail to understand. There's a lot of ways you can be sexually assaulted. There's a lot of ways that you can be raped. There's a lot, it's a lot, but we're living in a generation where no one wants to sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
So
Your kindness and willingness to help others have led people to take advantage of you. How do you navigate the balance of helping others without burning yourself out?
that's something that I'm still learning. As I said, even though I've been through what I've been through in life, for some reason God won't give me a black heart.
Yeah.
And like a lot of my friends have told me, like, I have too much love to give.
Yeah.
But it's just the heart that I carry. That's how we're meant to be as humans.
Yeah.
You're supposed to love one another. You're supposed to do for one another. I'm one of them friends that even if I have £2 in my account, I'll send you £1. I have £1.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, like, real friends, that's what they do for each other.
Definitely.
Real like, most of, like, as I say, I've built my family from the streets.
Yeah.
So the way how I am with them, we have a real sisterhood, we have a real brotherhood, and there's only a few of us. Most of my friends have died. They've been murdered. It's a lot.
In this country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not nice. So even that itself, this is why I stay away from people, because I'm afraid of losing you or you losing me. So it's just that paranoia.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to have a loving heart. You're supposed to be kind. You're not supposed to be wicked. You're not supposed to be bad mind.
Yeah.
People choose to be like that. Because of the things that I've been through, people expected me to be angry. They expected me to be like a dark person.
Yeah.
But I can't. It's not in me. I don't need to take out my frustration on you. That's not even a burden that I hold. I'm not a person of malice. But it just depends. Like, you have the option of if you want to be happy or if you just want to be a straight up dickhead.
Yeah. Obviously, keeping people at bay is one of your boundaries to protect yourself. Whatever methods do you use to protect yourself?
Like now, like, I've just denied access to me. Like, I used to be quick to pick up a phone call. I used to be quick to open a message. I used to be quick to, let me link you. Let's go out here. Let's do this. I don't do that no more. I have my man. Anything I need to do, I'll do it with him.
Yeah.
Or, like, I'll stick to people, and I say this on thin ice, I stick close to people that have shown me their loyalty. You've shown me that you're real, so I'll fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, there's many of ways that someone can show you their loyalty. There's many of ways that someone can show you that they fuck with you heavy. And there's been some deep situations that I've been through, and my brethren's pull up on my foot like, he's there. So I know this is my brother. If I ever go without, I know I can turn to my brother and he can turn to me. And there's only quite a few. So now I just keep a small circle. And if that's the case, no, I can't link you. Like, before I used to give access to anyone, anyhow. I'll go anywhere. This one's my friend. This one's my sis. This one's my bro.
Yeah.
It's not that no more.
I'm with you.
Like, I just do what I need to do. I keep to myself. Make my money and I go home. Eat with my man. Call it a day.
That makes sense. You've had to rebuild yourself over and over again after each traumatic event. How did you rebuild yourself from Badderz UK?
For Raging Doll to turn around and talk about how, she has more followers than all of us, and who are we? Bitch, who are you? Because as far as I know, you're just a scammer from Twitter that people are looking for. There's people in Afghanistan looking for you. You scam people for their money for apartments and leave them stranded. So when you want to talk about influencing, the only thing that you're influencing is stealing and scamming. You owe people.
I don't know. When I went on Badderz UK, my first...
Is it Badderz or Baddies? Badderz. They're saying Baddies. Badderz UK.
Badderz UK.
I think that might be a whole different type of program.
When it comes to Badderz UK, when I originally went on there, I didn't audition or nothing.
Okay.
The internet was looking for me.
Oh, seriously?
So they want Valentina in there.
Okay.
So I spoke with Lani. She wanted me on the show.
Yeah.
So as I said, I like to make my money. And I have a business that's growing.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, you know what, cool. Let me use this platform to gain engagement for my business.
100, yeah.
So going on there and going through all that chaos that I went through, it's like, blood clot.
Yeah, I think the business module that Lani Good done was good in terms of like the idea of it, setting it up, putting people together. I think that was a good business module, but the practicality of it, I don't know if that worked in terms of getting all the bad girls in the same building together. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no disrespect, but there was no bad girl in there.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I'm not being rude.
Yeah.
But I feel like I was in a house with a lot of people that wanted to be bad. They had a point to prove.
Yeah.
Apart from my friends, because they're good.
Yeah.
But like, I was in a house with people that showed a lot of different personalities on and off camera.
Okay.
This is why now I'm not friends with them. Because they're social media. I'm not social media. I'm just on there. And the more people understand that difference, you will understand that some of them will do anything for story time. They will do anything to get their name out there.
Yeah.
Even if it's to embarrass themselves.
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to do that for money. So the friendships, I did grow some friendships from Badderz UK with the cast members. But then we've had like, you lot have to go. You have to depart from me. You're too
100.
weird. But there's like 2 girls that I've stuck close to.
Yeah.
Like one of them, C, like me and her's like this. Like her mum, that's my mum.
Yeah.
And it's mad because I didn't think I would go to Badderz UK and grow a friendship with someone so powerful like that.
Yeah.
Like her mum adores me.
Yeah.
Her mum, even when I go to her house, I have to put on the socks. She said, don't walk barefoot on the floor. Like she takes me in like I'm her child.
Yeah.
So it's mad. I didn't think I would grow a friendship with someone like that, and I did. So I'm grateful for the show at the same time. But I feel like with Badderz UK, it's mad because as much as it's entertainment, I see what Lani was trying to do. And more and more over time, I just realised that we're in the UK, so to a certain extent, it's not going to work the way you want it to work.
England's too small.
It's
UK is too small.
And it's too judgmental.
Yeah, 100.
Like the people that's judging us have forgotten the shit that they've done.
100.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, it's just weird, but I get where she was coming from. But I feel like with Lani needs to understand this is not something she can do by herself. She needs structure. She needs a proper team.
Yeah. Like,
you need to know the balance of friendships and cast members. Cast members feel they're too quick to disrespect her. Like they're very, it's weird. Like,
it's not good.
And with me, it's like no one can't disrespect me and still be on my show.
Yeah.
But with saying that, yeah, Badderz UK, it was a cool experience. Like it helped me, like, because I do hosting and I'm a presenter as well. It helped me in a lot of ways. I was on like interviews and podcasts. It gave me a lot of ammunition, so I'm still grateful for that.
Yeah.
But then I had to realize the way how it's representing me, the way how it's making me look, that's something that I'm trying to run away from.
Yeah.
I don't want to be seen as a girl that just walks around and fights.
Yeah.
I don't like fighting.
Did you fight a lot?
No.
Was the fighting real?
Yeah.
Like you was actually, it wasn't no role play acting.
Oh, no.
It was straight thumping.
Straight bare book bap.
Yeah.
But for me, it was too much. It was very overwhelming. When we came back, we was even offered therapy.
Let them go! Let them go!
Yeah.
I had to do therapy when I came back. Like, imagine waking up, like, the first season, we went for 7 days, I believe. And every day I was yelling. Like, to the point I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
Like, it was too much. My head was hurting. And then it like, because of, like, the arguments that we was having, they were playing with, like, my trauma and stuff regarding, like, my mom and the lies they were making on my family. I was getting very angry.
Was it a random selection? Like, the girls in there, did you know them beforehand?
No.
So you just met them in there?
Yeah, the only person I knew beforehand was Cookie.
Mm.
And I'm close with one of the other girls called Grace.
Okay.
Grace, she's just cool. She's
Yeah,
calm and collective.
yeah.
She's proper people.
Yeah.
But for the rest of them, they're sick. Too bad, man.
Yeah.
But that show just showed me that it plays too much with my mental, and I had to explain to Lani that with the type of anger that I have within me, for me to put my hands on them, I will hurt them.
Yeah, 100.
So,
it's not no slapping there.
Yeah, so Lani was very like, I felt like I was treated different because I'm also a big girl as well. I did feel like in certain departments I was treated differently when it came to like fighting and certain stuff. A lot of them was protected.
I know you was thumping out a couple of girls in there.
They wouldn't let me.
They didn't even let you put a hand on it.
I mean, there was so much things that I was restricted from doing.
Yeah.
Even when it came to fighting Raindor.
I'm hungry, man. Come. This is all me getting set up. Yeah, come. 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 Come.
Restrictions.
Yeah.
Like, it was mad, but at the same time, as I said, when I was going...
I think I saw that episode actually. He was in the garden, innit?
Yeah.
He was meant to fight her, and I think he said, don't kick me or something, don't fly kick me. And the first thing she done was come in with a fly kick.
And kick me. Like, I'm thinking, are you stupid or something? But to me, it's like, as I said, I can fight. But at the same time, I'm not a bully. I'm one of them people, like, over these sides, we bully the bully. But I don't like fighting. I'm one of them people that if I fight, you're going to see tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
I get really angry, emotional.
Yeah, very emotional about it.
So, it happened, and I just moved on from it.
When you left there, so you done 7 days on the first episode?
Yeah.
And then you went back for...
Season 2.
Season 2,
Yeah.
was that another 7 days?
No, so when I went on season 2, I went as a bombshell.
Oh, you was like the surprise guest. Yeah.
Okay, so Randall and Ursa are locked up in a room because Valentina's here. I'm not gonna lie, I understand why you lot are scared of Valentina, but we're gonna be here for the next 3, 4, 5 days, bro. Like, you can't make the girls just have you locked up in the room. Like, what kind of madness is that? How are you gonna eat? How are you gonna get a little bit of fresh air, little sunshine, little anything? What, you're not even gonna come out and do activities when Lani's saying to come out and do activities? I feel like locking yourself in a room is a big pussy move.
Yeah, so I went as a bombshell, so I was only there for like 4 days.
Okay.
And that experience, it was a bit more different. But as I said,
I can see that show like doing very, very, very well in America.
Of
you
course.
know, America, they be ratchet and on this shit, like,
Yeah,
and
like,
girls, they're not gonna fight and then cry after about it or try.
But this is why I said, like, you can't. You see, with the girls from the US, and the girls in the UK, the US girls will bully the UK girls, and that's me being honest. No disrespect to them, but it's like, okay, for example, you see my brethren C, she can fight, she will take them on, but you see, like half of the other cast members in the house, it's an act, and that's no disrespect. It's the truth. But the US girls, if the Shiki ever went in the house, she would beat them. Aye, she will beat them. And I wouldn't be able to help them.
It's like it was a social experiment, though, isn't it? Like, let's get a lot of girls in the house and see how they handle it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, as I said, the problem is with the UK. It's just very judgmental, and with what Lani done, there's so much more that she could do with that show. And what it's becoming now, I don't like it. But I respect what she's doing. But
I respect what she's done.
If she had like a creative team,
it would be different.
Like, it would be different, like with activities, like proper stuff. It's something different, but you just need to have proper creative people around you to make that vision come to light. But as I said, the UK is very judgmental. I remember when season 1 first came out, and I was arguing with Sarah Garvey, Zizi Mills. I'm arguing with all these people. But it's like, as I said, you lot are too judgmental. You lot watch the baddies in America. You lot watch different shows that's just like this one.
Was Zizi in episode 1,
No, she wasn't in episode 1, but she made comments towards
Okay, cool.
She said something on Twitter and it just got to me, because it's like, why is it always you?
Yeah.
But apart from that, as I said, there's a lot there's a lot of people that have entertainment shows, and there's never a problem. You lot are watching EastEnders where they're drugging each other every minute and dropping each other out the window. But now when it comes to Badderz UK, there's a problem. Like,
it's too real, innit? It's too reality, innit? Obviously, EastEnders, you know that there's probably a bouncy castle or something when they're dropping out that window. But in Badderz UK, someone dropping out that window.
It is. It's still, to me, it's still classified as TV entertainment. You have Big Brother. You have a lot of shows that on there tearing out each other's hole on there.
100.
Like going on with each other.
100.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's like you lot got something and it's still a problem. But I just feel like it was a problem because Lani did it.
Yeah.
Lani has a lot of people in that industry that is jealous of her.
Okay.
She was able to pull that off with funding that she got from a show that she was on.
Okay, yeah.
So I just feel like the UK, it's not supportive.
Just haters, isn't it?
Just haters. But as I said, there's different ways that she can do Badderz UK.
Yeah,
she just needs a proper team.
Is resilience something you feel you were born with? Or did it develop over time? How do you keep going when it feels like there's no way forward?
I don't know. Like, I'm just a fighter. Like, I see purpose, and I believe that everyone's here for a purpose. We're not here for no reason.
100.
As I said, I've been through some grimy stuff. I've been through some dark, traumatic things. I don't know how I made it out, but I did. Everyone has a purpose and everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has a testimony, but it's the way how you navigate it. If I wanted to, I could give up now.
Yeah.
As I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not going to sit and act like I still don't fight through suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
I still fight depression.
Yeah.
Sometimes I still fight sadness, but the key word is fighting through it. I'm not going to give up now, because if I give up now,
what's the point?
What's the point?
Yeah, 100.
I made it all this way for a reason, because there's something there. Like, so I just have to get up and keep fighting. Like, there's so much countries I haven't visited. Like,
100.
why should I kill off myself now? I haven't gone to Egypt. I haven't gone to Dubai. Like, there's so
100.
much things for me to do. So I just keep going.
And life's too short anyway. You don't need to
like,
kill yourself off, because life's going to do it for you eventually. You know what I'm saying?
And that alone is scary.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Like,
can you share a moment when you felt you were taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and how did you handle it?
When I went on Badderz UK, sorry. When I went on there, as I said, my initial thought in my mind was to go on there and like get engagement for my business, and I wanted to show people the other side of me, the funny side.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go on there and fight.
Yeah.
Because I am like a big woman to half of those girls in there.
Yeah.
So when the show has happened and everything's happened, and then everything's getting played back online, what my name became, I didn't appreciate. And the way how I was made out, I didn't fuck with it. Because anyone that knows me in real life knows I don't float that way.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where I kept having to explain myself. I kept having to make story times. I kept having to, like, I don't like talking twice.
Yeah.
So it just got to a point where I'm like, yeah, fuck this. Like, you lot are on me. You lot are doing too much to my name.
Yeah.
So I just said, no, I have to get up and push, because it was affecting my branding. It was affecting my business and stuff.
Yeah.
But I just, you know what, let me just get up and try again. And now I'm doing way much more better. So
it's one thing, like, putting your name out there and whatnot, but it's another thing when your name is getting put out there on its own, like, without your consent. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I've had that experience, for example, when I went jail. Like, I didn't know that I was going to be all over the newspapers. I didn't know that it was going to be a news thing. Like, do you know what I'm saying? I just went to court and there was bare journalists, paparazzi, everything like that. And my name got dragged through the mud. And that's not a good feeling, especially when it's something that no one's come to you and asked you, like, your side of the story.
Yeah.
But no one's come to you and asked you, like, is it okay if we talk about this? People just get shit, remix it, put it out there. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely understand where you're coming from, especially when you went on Badderz UK to potentially better yourself, you know, get some income, showcase who you are in a positive way, highlight yourself in a positive way, and then you've come out of there and you turn on your phone and Everything
It
is
was
just
so fucked up.
yeah.
That's the thing. I would be a fool to sit here and say that I'm gonna go on a show called Badderz UK and it's gonna better me. Let's keep it apart. I would be a liar.
Yeah.
But it's more so it's more so about how I allow myself to be on that show.
Yeah.
And with the intentions that I had,
Yeah.
I just wanted to go in there and like be the funny girl.
Yeah.
But not everyone has the same mindset as you.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I was in the house and I was talking with some of the girls and stuff, like as I said, like not to name no names, but there was one girl that she felt like because she saw me there with my other brethren, knowing who my other brethren is, she felt like she needed to fit in. She felt like she needed to be a mean girl. It's like, bro, we didn't come here to be mean girls.
Yeah.
We came here to just, showcase ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was going up there, I'll tell you this for free. So, Lani, when we was going up there for the 7 days, she gave us 10 kg suitcase. I said, fuck that, not me. I'm a big girl. I need my loungewear. I need my toiletries. I need my hair stuff. I need all my stuff. I brought like 7 wigs, all my makeup, because I was planning to like do people's hair out there.
Yeah, of course. You're trying to
so
make money.
I
You're
had
trying to
that
make that
vision.
extra money.
You get what I mean? So I had that mindset. So to go there, and I wasn't even able, if you watch season 1, you see that I barely done my hair, I barely done my makeup, because we was going through too much chaos. So I went out there with the right mindset, but then I had to remind myself, like, there's not a lot of people that had that mindset like me. A lot of these girls don't even have a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So they're going on there to showcase themselves for social media. They want to be known.
Yeah.
I don't need to be known. I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
So that was the difference between me and some of them. They just wanted to be known. I wanted to go out there and make money. I wanted to put myself on. But it didn't get to work out in that way.
Yeah, of course.
It just worked out very negative.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't like.
I saw that last year you tried to reconnect with your father, but he rejected you. What made you want to reach out to him after all those years, and how did his rejection have an impact on your mindset?
So to start off like this, I can genuinely say that even though I've been through the traumatic things that I've been through with men, my father is my actual first heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's the only man I can sit and say to you, yeah, he's broken my heart. Now, with my dad is a part of, I don't know if you know, like, Saxon Sound from back in the days.
Yeah. Were they not Brixton?
I don't know what the fuck they were.
Yeah.
They ran through the UK, Jamaica, very...
Yeah, Saxon Sound.
Yeah. So my dad was the engineer.
Okay.
So my dad's a very well-known man.
Yeah.
So it's fucked because when I initially wanted to reach out to him, like, it was because I found one of my brothers on social media. So I just know that I have bare siblings. So I'm like, I need to get my little family together. As I said, I'm a very family-orientated person.
So you was actually personally looking for your family online? Yeah,
like, I just wanted to get my family together.
Yeah, reconnect, you know?
So one day I was at work, because around these times, it was COVID times, I used to do, like, care home work. But then that check from doing care home work is a clean check, by the way. So I had to stop working in the care home because they said that I had to get vaccinated to work with the old people. So I said, you lot can suck your mum.
COVID-19.
I'm gone. Yeah. So the last day of my job, I was in the cab, and this cab driver, one bald black man, he turned around to me and he was like, take off your glasses. Right. Okay. Taking it off, and he's like to me, is your dad Musclehead? Right, no. But it made my heart drop because Musclehead, he's from Saxon Town, and that's basically family. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm still not saying to him who my dad is. Yeah. But he's like, you look like somebody with me know. I'm like, okay. So as he's driving, bear in mind, it's so fucked because this drive home was long because I was in deep Croydon. So I'm on my way home. The man's talking. He's like to me, he's telling me about Saxon. He's like, yeah. And one man called Prenter, how he has a bag of picnic and he just walk and use gal and rare. He's a gallus, and I'm thinking the man don't even know. This fucker don't even know he's talking about my dad.
Oh shit.
So I'm thinking, Ross, okay, cool. So we've pulled up at my house now. I've come out of the cab because he's telling me a lot of things. Because as I said, I don't know much about my
And this
dad.
was a random cabman.
Random.
Mad.
So I've come out the cab now.
Mm.
I'm walking back to my house, and I just turn around. I was like, "Fuck that!" I've gone to his window. Then I was like to him, "Guess whose daughter I am?" And he was
You
like, he just looked at my face, and I was like, "Prento." He was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
So that day, long story short, I've messaged my little brother.
Yeah.
And I was like to him, like, "Bro, tell me where dad lives, because I want to go and see him, like,
Yeah.
and try and start a relationship with him."
Mm-hmm.
Then my brother didn't want me to go,
Mm.
because he was like, "I'm going to make myself unhappy." And I was like, "No, like, I want to meet him."
Yeah.
So long story short, he's given me the address. I've gone there. And at this point in time, it's mad because I didn't go there with anger. I didn't go there. Like, this man has done so much. Even when he was in the foster care system in America, they called him and said, "Do you want your children?" He said no, to leave us there.
No,
He
really?
didn't want nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
So I didn't go there with anger. I didn't go there with too much questions to ask. I just wanted to be around my dad. And I wanted to, like, try and get a father figure into my brother's life, because he's on the roads doing the fucked up shit that he's doing.
Yeah.
He needs someone.
Yeah, 100.
So, long story short, he just came to the door. He kissed his teeth. He went back upstairs when he saw that it was me. Then I was arguing with his girlfriend. Then he said something mad, and she said something mad. I'm like, "Who the fuck are you lot talking to?" Like,
Yeah.
you don't even know what type of door.
Yeah, you don't even know what I'm on.
We can take it there. But then I knew what type of man he was, because he opened his door and he done something with his fist like this. So I done it back, and I was like to him, "Listen, be careful.
Yeah. You're old man now. You're not young
like,
now.
Be careful. If you want to take it there, we can." But that broke me down. Like, I was depressed for time, because it's like, why am I experiencing so much abandonment? Like, so yeah, after that, I just left him to be, because he's going to need us one day when he's in a care home, and I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the Bible says, "Honor your mother and honor your father." So it's better. Like, I don't diss him or anything. I just leave him to God. Wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah. And that's what you gotta do sometimes, because just because you're my dad through blood doesn't actually mean you are my dad. You know what I mean? And people need to understand that, like, blood is just blood. It doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Unless we've built a relationship, built a chemistry, you can't walk in my yard and start telling me what to do, or even say I'm your dad with authority, listen to me, this and that, because you haven't built those boundaries and bridges. Like,
but at the same time, like, with the type of person that I am, I will still respect the man.
Yeah.
But because I know he hasn't been good to us, and I just feel like, as I said, you see, with me, I'm a spiritual person.
Yeah.
And I feel like everything works in a certain way, because there's a lot of things. I feel like I was digging up certain things that I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
So I feel like everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
And at that point in time, because my brother, he had got stabbed up multiple times, and I almost lost him. So it triggered me, and I was like, no, I need to get, like, a father figure. That's all I was thinking. Like, I need to get a father figure in his life.
Try and protect him.
Try and protect him. But little did I know that if I had done that, remember, the root of me and my twin brother's problem stems from abandonment. It's not having parents around.
Yeah,
and
100.
stuff. So if I had put my father in his face, my brother most probably would have killed him off. So it's better off that I didn't. But everything happens for a reason. At the same time, I have a foster dad. That's who I label as my dad.
Yeah.
Because when I went to foster care,
he was there for you.
He was there for me.
Yeah.
Like, I actually call him my father. So at the same time, I'm still grateful. He's a replacement, but he's done more for me than any father figure has.
Yeah. What do you hope young women and men take away from your story and your journey?
The best thing that I can say is that at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason, and your story is your testimony, as stated before. Don't allow what you've been through to knock you down. Don't allow what you've been through to belittle you and make you feel like you have no point in living, because if you didn't have a point, you wouldn't be here now. Everything happens for a reason. Everyone's story and their journey is different. God never said that this life is going to be perfect and sprinkled in gold, that we was going to have the riches, because if we did, we wouldn't know about negativity. Life comes with a balance. So just understand that anything you are going through now, if you want to make it out, you can.
Yeah. No, that's some real facts right there. You said that you can't heal in the environment that broke you. Can you expand on that and explain how you've made that reality in your life?
So that statement that I made it at a very dark time. And what I mean by that is that I'm stuck in a place, even the scenery, everything around that place. Like, for example, I'll use my home as an example. My home has a lot of trauma in there.
Yeah.
This is a place that I've been sexually assaulted in.
Yeah.
This is a place that I was assaulted by 3 people whilst I was pregnant.
Yeah.
A lot of darkness has happened in my home. So I've always, like, I've redecorated my home again and again and again.
What, literally?
Literally,
Yeah.
literally now, I'm even decorating,
Yeah.
redoing my hair room. There's a lot of things that I'm doing to try and just get that image out of my head. But I then had to realize that this place is the place that broke me.
Yeah.
I can't be here. I need to move.
Yeah.
So that's even like regarding friendships. There's certain people that have hurt me and I'm still willing to be friends with them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, raw, we come from far with each other, but you broke me.
Yeah.
If me being friends with you, I'm not going to heal.
Yeah.
So I have to remove myself, unfortunately. Not saying that I hate you, but we can't be friends. It don't make no sense.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, if I want better or if I want more for myself, as hard as it's going to be, I have to remove myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to heal. And I learned that with various of things that I was doing, even down to my workplace. Like, I've gone through certain things in my workplace, racism and stuff.
Yeah.
As much as I needed the money, I had to remove myself.
100.
Certain places like I used to go when it comes to partying and stuff, there's too much trauma in here.
Yeah, 100.
I have to remove myself. There's certain things that I had to remove myself from in order to allow myself to heal. There's certain people that I had to let go of. And as I said, I was giving too much credit to the negativity in my life. But then I was like, no, like, in order for me to see changes, I have to start removing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be a hoarder, just holding on to shit. So I stopped doing that and life has been getting way much more better.
After everything that you've been through, you haven't turned to revenge. You've turned to God. What did that process look like for you? And have you always been religious?
I'm not going to sit here and cap. There's been times where I've wanted to turn to revenge. I've taken it there.
Yeah.
But then I just had to say to myself, like, I can't afford to sit down in jail. I can't afford to... Yeah, I can't do it. Like, this is what the enemy wants. They want to see you suffer. They want to see you sit down in jail. They want to see you cry about it all the time. I can't do that to myself. So when it came to, like, I'm not a religious person.
Yeah.
I don't class myself as a religious person. I class myself as a living child of God.
Yeah.
I've been like, I've been knowing God from like a young age. As I said, I come from a very spiritual family.
Yeah.
Not under calls and all that type of stuff. But when I say spiritual, like, my grandmother can tell me certain things before it even happens.
Yeah.
I come from that type of background.
Yeah.
I'm like that. My mom's like that. We were dreamers. Like, only certain people will understand that.
Yeah.
So like, coming from a place like that, like, there's certain things that have happened in my life and it's like, no one can't tell me that isn't God.
100.
Like, I've almost lost my life, like, when I was sick at one stage when I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
No one can't tell me God didn't bring me out of that.
Yeah.
And I went through that by myself.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how to explain it, but I hold God in a very high place in my life, because it's like, if I didn't turn to like fasting, if I didn't turn to reading the Bible, if I didn't turn to listening to gospel music, I most probably would be in jail. Even when it comes to my rape case and stuff, like, if I wanted to, I can drop that case now and get in the streets now.
Yeah.
But that's not me.
Yeah.
I don't want to live with knowing that I've done something wrong to someone. Like, that's just not my heart. I have a very forgiving heart.
Yeah.
And a part of healing, you have to learn how to accept and move on.
Yeah.
And I've allowed God in the equation to help me forgive the people that have hurt me. And that's why, like, I'm just cool now, because I just see it as, like, God will deal with you, like, it's cool. And God has been dealing with my enemies, so I'm all right. Like, so I don't take on that. Like, I just want to live my life. I want to be happy. Like, life's short as it is already. So why should I sit here and, don't make no sense.
You're often labelled online or in your workplaces or places that you've travelled. You've often been labelled as an angry black woman, if you like, or as an angry woman, when all you were trying to do was survive. How did you deal with these labels from others, and how do black women, or how can black women approach these situations? You know.
To be honest with you, as I said, with the black community as it stands already,
Yeah.
they're very judgmental.
Yeah.
This is why, like, okay, cool. When it comes to like me opening up about losing children and miscarriages and the abortion that I had, like, people have made fun of me. Like, people have said hurtful stuff, but it's like the same people that are making fun of me and have something to say. You done what I done and 10 times worse. I done it because I had to.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. It's not like I was out here wilding out and fucking Tom, Dick and Harry and...
Yeah.
No, I was in a position where I wasn't safe.
Mm.
Where my life was at risk. Yours wasn't.
Yeah.
You wanted to go out there and party. You wanted to have one night stand. I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
So everyone has a different story. But as I said, one thing about our community, we're not able to heal because we don't have a safe place to turn to. We don't have like someone to like, rah, can I sit down and talk to you?
Yeah.
And then you don't hear it back on social media.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone's become too social media driven.
Yeah, yeah.
Where like with my friends, they know that I'm a safe space. You could all be, I have brethren that are dead and I still carry their secrets until now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just one of those things where it's like, our community is just, they're a bit weird. And I'd rather just like, actually do my own thing. I'd rather just keep to myself.
Yeah.
I don't mix and mingle with too much.
Yeah.
I see lots of colours now. Us lot are different. I got to keep it moving. I don't even vent to them people no more. I vent to God. My man's there. I can vent to him. Because I know I'm not going to hear it back again.
Yeah.
So I don't have time for my trauma to continuously be thrown in my face.
100.
And with black people, they have a thing for throwing things underneath the carpet. And the reason why I keep saying our community is because I don't need to talk on another race because I am not them.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, we have a thing for putting everything underneath the carpet. They're bringing it out when it suits us. So when it comes to traumatic stuff and that, like, even when I've gone on social media and I wowed out on social media and I've cried and stuff, I had a cry for help for years. And no one didn't listen to me. I was silenced. I was made out to be a mad woman. Oh, Valentina's mad. You don't know that I'm at home suffering with suicide. You don't know that I'm at home suffering, not eating, no appetite, not even showering, nothing. I'm at home suffering. I've come to cry for help and you lot are basically laughing at me.
Yeah.
And it's my community that turned their back on me.
Yeah.
So it just got to a point where it's like, this is pointless to be now. You lot are not going to understand. You lot are quick to, oh, Valentina, don't bring that to social media. I don't have nothing to hide.
Yeah.
You lot put me through this drama. And now that I'm saying something about it, you lot want to be shush about it. I'm not being shush about shit. You lot need to learn the type of people that you're around. So I'm just at a place in my life where it's like, I don't confide in no one no more.
Yeah.
I'd rather just keep to myself and just move on from there.
Well, after everything you've been through, you're now a entrepreneur. You're a businesswoman. You're doing hair. You're doing makeup. You're doing nails as well.
Oh, hell no.
That's too techie. That's too techie. What motivated you to start your own business after everything you've been through?
Because when it comes to hair and beauty, even the name of my business is Precioso V Diamante. Precioso stands for perfect.
Okay, in what language?
It's either Portuguese or Spanish.
Okay.
One of them.
Yeah.
So the reason why that name comes from a place where, as I said, when I was younger, I didn't know about like self-care and woman stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't have no woman around me to teach me that type of stuff. I used to be one of those girls that I used to read the little Cosmo Girl magazines, the little girly magazines, and thought to myself, I want to be just like them.
Yeah.
I come from a place where like I didn't have no one to do my hair.
Yeah.
I didn't have no one to make me look good. Like I didn't have no one to teach me about hygiene.
Yeah.
So getting older, knowing what I've been through, my business, it's like a safe haven for women. Like it's a very affordable thing. Like, because I want to be able to help people that have been in the position that I was in.
Yeah.
So that's what my business stands for. So it means something to me because I didn't know that I could even get to a place that I'm at now. So the fact that I even have a business and I'm selling my stuff and people are actually buying it, it's like, like...
Yeah, that's important.
Like, okay. And I get up and I make my wigs and stuff, and it's nice, like, when I'm doing people's hair and they're happy. I've had customers come and they're tearing up and it's like, like, I like my hair. And it makes me feel good, like, I was able to do that. So
What was one of the hardest things you had to deal with when you was in the process of building your business? And how did your past shape how you run your business now?
Being on social media and being classified as a influencer,
Yeah.
I'm someone that's liked on social media, but I'm also someone that's hated.
Mm.
Like, as I said, our community, some people now are very bad mind.
Yeah.
You have evil eye on you. So it hasn't been an easy journey. I've had customers that have made up lies on me
Yeah.
and done dark stuff, and I've had to go on my YouTube and make a story time and put receipts out.
Yeah.
This is the evilness that comes to my door sometimes.
Yeah.
So at one point, I stopped doing hair because it's like, I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
Then it's like, no, like, I have to keep pushing because this is all I know.
Mm.
There's certain places that you can't put, like, the only other place I've ever worked at is Winter Wonderland, and I'm banned from there now.
What did you do?
I had beef with the security guard because they were all
Lord.
sleeping with each other.
Oh shit.
So I had to tear them right down.
Yeah.
Because they were like, with Winter Wonderland, when it comes to your bonus shifts, they choose who's allowed
Who's to take the money?
and they
Yeah.
were only choosing people that they've slept with.
Yeah.
So I had to get dark in there one time.
Yeah.
Bring them right down.
Saying bet out everybody's thing.
Yeah. And I got one dark email not to come back, and I haven't been back since. But yeah, like just trying to put myself and rebrand and put myself on a better pedestal.
Yeah.
It's not easy because of the support. Like, most of my support when it comes to, like, when I'm selling my hair and beauty stuff comes from America.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when I sit down and look at my Shopify stuff, most of my orders comes from America.
They're supporting you. They're your people.
Like, they fucking
know.
go hard. So I'm very appreciative of them. But I'm not saying, with UK girls, it's every minute it's a chargeback. Like, they don't know how to spend money and let go. So I have to face that with these customers sometimes. So I have to properly secure myself.
Yeah.
And they have a thing, especially with the United Kingdom, they have a thing where it's like they forever belittling your price.
Yeah.
Like, bro, pay the £80.
Yeah.
You lot have money to go and buy a Gucci bag and Dior shoes. Pay the £80 to do your wig install.
It's only people's. That's the thing. Like, people's supporting other people. They think the price is too much or whatever, but
like,
they'll gladly walk in LV and spend
and that's the
6-7 bills on a belt.
And it's weird because, okay, cool, with my business, like, I give snacks. Sometimes when I cook, I'll even give it to the customer. I'm a very giving person. I like to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And people fail to understand that these things are not cheap. When I'm buying my stock and I'm buying my products to do your hair and I'm buying all these snacks, and it's not cheap. So how do you expect me to make money if you're trying to bargain me on my price? Like, go to somewhere else.
Yeah. No, I definitely know what that's like. And final question for today. How would you define yourself in one sentence today?
I'm one of God's soldiers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally. I'm very strong.
Yeah. No, you are strong, yeah.
I'm very strong. And I'm very proud of myself. Before, I couldn't say that, but now I can say, like, I'm a proper tug.
and what best advice would you give to girls who are also tugs, just strong like you, been through hell a lot, been through more downs than ups, you know, they can't see the other side of the horizon? What advice would you give them?
That the only reason why you can't see the other side of the horizon is because the only reason why you can't see the other side of the horizon is because you're not allowing yourself to see your full potential. You can't listen to what the world has to say. You have to do what your mind tells you to do. Like, for example, I said that I wanted my business. I had to get up and do it. Through my depression, through the suicide, through the anxiety, through the drinking, through the smoking. Hey, if I can sit there and do all of that, I can get the fuck up and get the ball rolling. And now I'm in a better place in my life because of the fact that I knew I could do it and God told me I could do it. Stop listening to the people around you, your little friends. Stop listening to your little boyfriends. If you want more for yourself and you want to be in Miami shaking your ass on a yacht, whatever it's called, that fucking boat, get up. It's time. You have one life to live. And at the end of the day, there is people that are dead that they wish that they were in your position now. So live out your life so that you know that when it is your time to go, your memories that float back in your head, you know you had a good fucking time. Live your life, get up, do what you need to do, run your business, don't let no one tell you nothing. And if you feel like you're not good where you are now, get up and move.
What's next for you?
I want about 10 kids. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Right now, look at him. Right now, I just want to focus on like I want to do the mental health advocate stuff.
Okay.
I like telling my story to help other
Supporting
young
others.
people.
Yeah.
Because like even now, like there's a lot of young girls that look up to me. Like, it's like on Snapchat, it's like I'm a mentor to a lot of girls. Like I'm always talking to
You will
them.
be. There will be. There's a lot of
Yeah,
girls
like-
that's been through.
I'm like a hotline.
Mm.
And then with certain young men, like I help them find jobs and stuff. So I feel like that's my purpose, to help the young.
Yeah.
And I really want to adapt into like my content with hair and beauty and stuff, and helping young girls, and just like I'm one of the people that I'm showing you, like you don't have to be materialistic, you don't have to have designer and stuff. Be comfortable with how you are. Do you get what I mean? Live out your life, live for your purpose. So right now I want to focus on that and like just bettering myself as a person,
Yeah.
my health, my mental state, and
Yeah.
growing a better relationship with God. That's my main priority.
Yeah.
So yeah.
On that note, Valentina, I would like to say thank you very much for taking the time to come onto my podcast today.
Thank you for having me here.
No, definitely. Glo Talks is designed for people like us, for people like you, for people who have been silenced in their life, that want to speak out the raw, the truth, the honesty. You know, Glo Talks gives people the opportunity to share parts of their story that may be intimate, or it may put you in a vulnerable place, but it also going to help the viewers and the audience understand you as a person, but also your story may save or help another girl that's going through the exact same stuff that you've gone through. So thank you for taking the time to come on here today.
You're welcome.
I'd like to shake your hand. Yeah. Keep up the goodness.
I will.
Yeah. You're Badderz UK was a part of your journey.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not who you are now, and I'm sure you're gonna do more positive things where Valentina Diamond is gonna be more highlighted.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today's conversation with Valentina Diamond reveals the profound strength found in vulnerability and faith. At Glo Talks, we're committed to sharing stories that don't just inspire, but challenge the way we see healing and growth. Valentina, thank you for being part of this journey and uplifting voices that need to be heard. Stay with us for more conversations that spark change, deepen understanding, and empower transformation. My name is Glodi, and until next time, keep pushing forward.